Hi everybody, it's Benita here to do my July forecast. And I'm sitting on my floor because I've got my Publishing Goblins Oracle dice and mat in front of me. So I'm going to, if I can, switch it over so you can see the mat in front of me. This is the book. And just so you guys know, he has a new set of these dice and a new mat coming out. There's a Kickstarter going on, so I will put the link in with this so that if anybody's interested in participating, they can get in on this. This is one of my favorite things to work with. It's very cool. So you place your intention, you hold all the die above, you drop them, and then the way they go on the mat is going to determine how you read it. And you can read it by the seasons, by different aspects of the body. It's got a lot of versatility to it, and where the die fall in relation to each other is interesting to interpret. So you get a really rich interpretation here. So the first dice that we look at is the fate die. And depending on what face lands, it tells us what we have to do with the other die. So in this case, it said take the 3 dice closest to it and form a triangle around it. And the way that triangle reads tells you how those work together. Whatever falls in the core is really significant as well. Any die that fall outside of the mat, we're going to ignore. So we're just looking at the ones that landed on the mat. So the first one, I like to just orderly go through the book and look at each of the die. And then, of course, I get a certain sense of interpretation as I go. So the Prima Materia one here, it's landing next to the without. So when we think of something we have to go without, or looking outside of ourselves is the more common interpretation there. And it's about a space of newness, and that's created by things dropping away. And when you think about all the changes going on right now with supply chain issues, disruptions at airports, things are not moving smoothly the way we would like them to. We can't always get the things we want in the stores. So there's a sense of some scarcity, some stuff dropping away or not working the way we want it to. So we can ask ourselves, what can we shift as a result of not always getting what we want? I always try to look on it as, in every moment, the universe is giving me exactly what I need for my spiritual growth. Not always what I want, but always what I need. And then the next one we're drawn to is the water. And so that one it has to do with water and wind. So it's more like a water, though it's the waves moved by the wind. And it has to do with how it intersects with the other die on either side of it. It's like the middleman. How are you taking what's outside of you and going within? So again, we have that concept of going within or looking outside ourselves to look at what needs to shift internally. Everything this month is drawing us inward because of external circumstances. So on either side of it, we have the compass and the alone card. So the compass is about if you've kind of been wasting your time or you've not set your goals or found a good direction for yourself, then you want to pay attention to starting to do so. Look at where you have to set goals and you have to discipline yourself. It might be time to reorient, and that's why we have the compass. And the longer line of the compass is pointing down the line of these die. And because it's falling in the material realm, it may be more work or project related, but it's saying in order to get clear on your goals and reorient and maybe not waste your time, you need to go within and you need to take some alone time to do it. That's the alone dice, saying it's very important now to take some time to sit with yourself and look at, how, am I reaching my goals? If I'm not, what do I need to do? How am I wasting my time with unimportant things? How do I need to reprioritize, especially around anything work-related? Now we're going to look all the way up here to the caterpillar. So the caterpillar, and notice it's falling in the realm of the body, is all about taking care of yourself. Now, it falls into this triangle, and at the top of the triangle is loss, and this one is the Arcana one. It's the most important dice in the entire bunch of dices, the die that you have in this program. So we have transformation. It's saying take good care of yourself because there's an important transformation afoot. It may be triggered by some kind of loss, and that can be loss not necessarily of a person. It could be work. It could be change in circumstance. It could be just a general feeling of things not going the way you want them to. And it's saying this is super, super important right now. So when you are looking at a situation where things aren't going the way you want them to have heart that it's because you're being taken into a transformation. When you think about it, if everything's hunky-dory, do we bother looking within? Most of the time we don't, because everything's going well. So we're not that concerned. In this case, it's saying all the circumstances going on right now that are challenging us are setting us up for deep transformation. Very important to take good care of the body, eat well, get your rest, because you need your body in tip-top shape to support you through this profound transformation that's occurring in this month. So now if we look down at the core, this is the flight, which I find kind of interesting because I think it's ironic. A lot of us right now are noticing what's going on at the airports and going, oh my goodness, I know for myself I'm traveling at the end of August, and I'm looking at this like, well, how's that going to go? But what this is about is seeking freedom or fleeing from a situation. So this can be about the fact that we're being drawn deeply into a transformative experience through external challenges, and we may be seeking freedom from the situation or wondering how we can change or leave the situation. So it's pointing out there may be some very profound feelings going on right now, generated by external circumstances, and we may want to run away from it, but true freedom is going within and making those shifts, changing. So everything right now is pushing us inward, so we will do the work. And the one other die that's showing up on the mat lands under spirit, and the fist is about fighting. It's sometimes fighting for what you believe in, or debating, or struggling. So when I look at this as landing in the spirit section, I think of it as the internal struggle of the spirit. So if we hearken back to the cocoon, we look at the fact that a butterfly goes through a profound struggle before emerging from its chrysalis and becoming a butterfly and taking flight. So when we look at the overall mat and the way everything is landing this time, it's saying any external circumstances you're dealing right now that are really challenging you, this is an opportunity to go within, sit with those profound, difficult feelings, even though it's a struggle, even though you might want to flee from the experience that's happening inside. Use that turmoil as an opportunity to go within and ask yourself, what is this attached to? What is the universe bringing to the surface for me that maybe I haven't wanted to look at, but I need to for my spiritual growth? Everything right now is about a big internal transformation that's going to help us shift our goals in the right direction, help us adopt a new perspective going forward. July may be the month where everything goes into the fire only to reemerge transformed. So be patient, be willing to work with what comes up for you, and if you need any help doing that work, please let me know. I'll put a link to my website in here as well. And I'll pop back in tomorrow to do some free mini readings. I'll post on my page and my profile as to what time that will be. I'm so appreciative of, hey, Michael, thanks for coming in. I see Gail and Tammy are here too. That's awesome. Hi, Linda. So I'm just finishing up my forecast for July about what we're working on. If you've just popped in, I'm going to post in a second, so please feel free to watch from the beginning. And I will be posting tomorrow as to what time I'll do some free mini readings. So thanks for you guys who popped in. Thanks to anybody that's popped in after this has been posted. Do check online. I will be posting when I'm going to go on live and do some mini readings tomorrow. Have a great month, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.